When a baby is born, a grown-up says, it's a boy or it's a girl. If a brand new baby could talk, sometimes that baby might say, no, I'm not. When a baby grows up to be transgender, it means that the grown-up who said they were a boy or a girl made a mistake. That would be the parents or the doctor.
With both hands, he scooped up her breast, running his thumb over the swell of them and making her nipples even harder. They poked visibly through the sheer fabric. He dipped his fingers under the lace, sliding the fabric of the bra off her breast and anchoring it beneath so that it pushed her flesh higher. He did the same to the other breast. I like this better, he murmured, bowing his head and sucking first one nipple and then the other. She was wet. She was scared. She wanted him inside her.
A little bit of, I guess, a glossary about blowjob. Blue balls, coming, doggy style, and dry humping, in case our children need to know that.
Please. He pulled out a bundle and a six-pack of beer. For the next 20 minutes, we snorted and drank, climbing to a very tall buzz. We talked and joked and giggled, and it all seemed just like it should, until it didn't anymore. Crank revved, pistons firing full bore, passion firecrackered in tiny bursts from thigh to belly button. Oh, baby, I want you so bad. My shirt tore open. Wait. I've waited for weeks. Put up and shut up.
Check out the book, but this is totally inappropriate for K-2 students to be discussing this with anybody but their
in and out together, and she loved this boy. She was doing it. She was having sex with Charlie. He moved his mouth to her breast, and she didn't care if she was done because Jesus, he circled her nipple with his tongue before sucking and tugging. Charlie, God, Charlie, he switched to her other breast and everything. Her muscles tightened, and she turned her head to the side as she rose one last time to meet him. Then she let go. Charlie pulled out of her slowly and lay beside her. Not appropriate for any child of any age. And I can sure tell you, I don't want my kids reading it.
And promote programs that foster parent-teacher relationships, including in-person meetings, transparency with curriculum, and parent volunteers back in schools.
I like to put on a show. So not only do you have to be hung, talented, long-lasting, multiple comer, but you have to be okay effing a sexy 18-year-old front.
Do you think you have to? People.
Wait, this is in our schools. Our kids are reading this, and you're going to tell me I can't read it to you because it's inappropriate?
It's being
Everybody.
They don't have enough anal sex. They need adults to tell them how to masturbate. And what I call that is... So here's what I'm asking you. You have a hard time hearing this from me, but this is for 10 years old and up, and this bill was passed for 5-year-olds. And you have a hard time me sitting here telling you the words anal sex, masturbation. That's hard for you, or the time's up.
This is what is in our 9th grade mandatory curriculum. Oh, you guys are good. You took it out of family life education where parents could not opt out. You put it in mandatory curriculum where not only 9th grade will get it, and if they missed it, they will get it in 11th and 12th grade. How is that appropriate? Woe to you who are seeking re-election.
There's no way I'm staying sober. Dana's eyes hone in on my new stepmom's 32-year-old ass. She elbows me. 3 is a total MILF. To the female board members, do you know what a MILF is? It's slang for a mother I'd like to fuck. Taken out of context? Probably not. This book contains the word fuck 49 times, the word shit 31 times, the word pussy 3 times, and the word asshole 10 times.
There are better books out there that can appeal to Indian girls that don't portray them as a South Asian sexual conquest for European conquerors.
The book in the 9th grade diversity library, Other Broken Things by Krista Desir, which is about an alcoholic 17-year-old girl in a sexual relationship with a 38-year-old man.
What's going where,
including
the color of the fluids
and
the pictures, the man on top of the woman.
The book also has anatomically correct illustrations of male and female sex organs.
Not that it really matters in 4th grade. At a church youth group meeting out in the bushes, I touched Doug Goebel's dick and he touched mine. In fact, there was even some mouths involved. Next one, page 91. What if I told you I touched another guy's dick? What if I told you I sucked it? I was 10 years old, but it's true. I put Doug Goebel's dick in my mouth. I was in 4th grade. It was no big deal. He sucked mine too. And you know what? It wasn't terrible. Page 174. I don't know if I made a sign for this one. Yeah, I did. He talked about old times at the church, but never mentioned our penises or the fact that he never said 10 words to me after our little foray in the bushes. Not a single reference to holding or tugging or sucking dicks. All I could think about while he was chatting me up was his little salamander between my 4th grade fingers, rapidly engorging with blood. Page 230, I didn't make a sign for this. Why won't you admit we sucked each other's dicks? We shared a Hershey's bar, then you showed me your dick. The next thing I know, it's in my mouth. We sucked each other's dicks, and you're pretending it didn't happen. What sort of diversity are you intending to teach my child with material like this? In addition, I'll share with you the exceptional quality of vocabulary. I stopped counting on page 66 after 44 fucks and 41 shits. I won't go into my 4th grade daughter, but we don't, this is not a thing for 4th graders. Who normalizes sex acts between 4th graders? I'll tell you who. Who's had a file?
So to teach our children fisting, where you insert your fist in somebody's anus or vagina, you think body fluid and blood play. Some people enjoy any number of body fluids sexually: ejaculate, vaginal fluids, menses, which is periods, urine, or blood. They may simply enjoy tasting, feeling, or smelling them during sexual activities. Maybe you guys want to do that, but not with our kids. You think it's funny? We don't think it's funny. We have a whole group of parents out here
The
that
lessons
say
are
it's
too
not
graphic
funny.
for young students. ABC 7 News reporter Katie Marzullo has the story.
Too much too early. Too much too early.
Parents made their voices heard before the meeting began.
Let kids be kids.
They're against a new sex ed curriculum that would be taught in Fremont schools. It would include discussion of sexual orientation and HIV in 5th grade.
It talks about douching with this photo. This one shows a man on all fours with a woman standing on him, saying girl on top can still get pregnant. But this one enraged parents the most. The slide also focused on conception myths, then showed this. The caption: "A real man loves his woman every day of the month." We blurred part
Transgender
of the photo.
discussions in a kindergarten class.
And these parents feel betrayed by the school district that they were not notified. Kindergartners came home very confused about whether or not you can pick your gender, whether or not they really were a boy or a girl.
Parents say besides the books, the transgender student at some point during class also changed clothes and was revealed as her true gender. And many parents say they feel betrayed and blindsided.
I want her to hear from me as a parent what her gender identity means to her and to our family. Not from a book that may be controversial. My daughter went home crying, shaking, so afraid that she would turn into a boy.
Sadly, we have a bunch of people in our state legislature, many of whom don't even have kids, but they're all too willing to signal their progressive virtue by brainwashing yours.
Hello, everybody. I am going to show you where you can go and see if these kind of books are in your kid's school. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to go and search for gofollett.com. It's GOFOLLETT.com. All right, and you're going to pull up this, it'll pull up this screen right here. And right here in the search box, you're going to put the state that you live in, and then you're going to put the name of your child's school, and you're going to hit go. All right, now let me just say, some people, when they do this, a login thing comes up and it wants a password. If that is the case, I can't help you with that. You got to call your school and ask them for the password because for some reason they have it locked. And so you're going to have to call and ask them to get in. All right. But if you make it through, you're going to get a screen like this. Now you can look at these books and you can search right here, but I don't usually spend much time on this page. I go straight up here to the top. You're going to hit back office. Then in the top left corner, you're going to hit catalog. It says home and catalog. You hit catalog. And then you're going to get to the search tool. Now you could search by the keyword, the title, the author, or the subject. And right here, this is something I like about it is you can, like, here's the high school. You could also search all the high schools in your district, all the middle schools, all the elementary schools, or you could just search the school corporation library server. And then there's some other options. You could just mess around with it and see how you like it. And then when you go up here and you search for, what you're looking for, this is an author, so I'll just hit author, and all these books come up. Now, if first thing I do is I go to the show all if there's more than one page, so you have it all on one page, makes it easier. And then you just, scroll down and see what you're looking for. Once you find it, you're going to hit the details button right here. It'll have the book and a brief description, and then you're going to go to the top right corner. It says title, details, review, and copies. Go ahead and hit copies. All right, and there you go. You're going to see the name of the school here, and then the status, the barcode, and the call number. And let me just say, I have found out that just don't pay too much attention to what the status says it is. If it says that it's in processing or if it says it's lost, that doesn't necessarily mean it's not available in the school. So just because it's not on here doesn't mean it's not in the school. So you want to make a list of, the ones that say it's available, but I would also make a separate list of the ones that were questionable, like if it's not in there, or if it says it's lost, if it says it's processing, whatever reason, other than available, I would make a separate list for those and still double check, because out of all the ones that I had a list for that weren't available, my son was able to bring home all but one of them. And so keep that in mind. All right. After that, when you go back to your search, you're going to want to use this library search or the search results. Click one of those. If you hit the back button, it's going to make you reload the whole page. It's kind of a pain in the butt. So, you could go to your search results and just be brought right back here and keep searching, or go, do a new search. It's that simple. They also have, you can kind of mess around with it, but if you go up here to the WebPath Express, now I'm pretty sure it is for the teachers, and it's like extra. I don't think it's part of the curriculum. I think it's just a bunch of resources to use on top of the curriculum. Now, this is an assumption. I'm not sure exactly, but there was some things that I thought were kind of odd or disturbing. For example, this under the government and politics here, there's different categories. I got anti-Vietnam War demonstrations, anti-imperialist league, Mothers of the Plaza de Mayo, Occupy Wall Street movement, petitions, prison reform, protest movements, race riots, radicalization, reform, resistance to government. And then over here it says what grade it's for: 3rd to 5th grade, 6th to 8th, 9th through 12th. This one's 3rd to 5th, 6th to 8th. It has a Lexile number. I'm not quite sure what a 3rd grader needs to know about a race riot, but I'll digress. When you pull these up, it has different things. So sometimes it's like a newspaper article that you can read. Sometimes it takes you to like CNN and it's a video of a news clip. Sometimes it's an actual lesson and it has, a group lesson or an activity in printouts, for the teacher to print out for the kids. I'm not really quite sure how much this is used. I don't know if this is approved curriculum. I don't know if this is just, I really don't know. I can't say much about it because I don't know how they're using it, but I did find some of it quite odd or disturbing, and I don't know if it's the same for everybody. So I just wanted to point that out. You could check out the one at your kid's school and see how it goes. And that is pretty much it for the books. And I do want to say not everyone is the same. Sure, I didn't think any of these books were going to be in my child's school. I was like, there's no way. And there was a bunch. And so that was a shock for me. And I do also want to say too that my agenda here, I'm not about burning books and destroying books. That's not any agenda I have. I just find this stuff highly inappropriate for children. And some people might disagree with that. And the ones that I've ran across that do, that's they accuse me of wanting to burn books. And that is not what I want to do. I'm not racist. I'm not homophobic. I'm not transphobic. Don't want to burn books. I just don't think this kind of stuff should be available for any children. It's too much and it's too early. And people will say, well, they could go online and they could see this stuff online, and so it's no big deal. And it's like, well, my kids can't go online and see that stuff. I have parental locks and guards on like all of their electronics. So if they even search a word that has to do with anything with certain things, I get notified about it and I can handle it then. So That's not necessarily true for me. Yeah, they can go look at a friend's phone or computer, but some of the stuff in here that they're talking about is stuff that my kid wouldn't even know to think of to look up. Neither would their friends, I think. If they are looking on a computer, they're not going to look up how to, fist someone or a dental dam or just whatever the stuff is in these books. They don't even think that way. So to say that they could go online and do this is just ridiculous, in my opinion. But that said, everyone's going to feel different about it. I think it's inappropriate. I think we have ratings on movies. They have R-rated movies, PG-13 rated movies, and that's okay. Why can't they be the same way with books? That's where I'm getting at. I think the library needs to be held accountable. The schools need to be held accountable, and they need to stop showing this stuff to our kids. That's how I feel. If you don't agree, you don't have to watch this. Real quick, I just wanted to say that these elementary books here and the list that's about to pop up, I got these from a group online. They had them listed as inappropriate books. I have verified probably about a handful of them, just not all of them, but I wanted to let you know that I didn't make this list personally. I got it offline, so. This list of high school ones, however, is a list that I did make. I have seen all of these and found all of these inappropriate, so this is my list. Okay, that said, I am going to go over now and show you where you can go to look up the comprehensive sexual education. Okay, so you're going to want to go to SIECUS, SIECUS.org, O-R-G, SIECUS.org. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about when I say the Comprehensive Sexual Education, CSE, I'll explain real quick. Shortly after Biden was sworn in, one of the first things he did was have this bill passed, okay? It's Senate Bill 5395. It passed the legislature in 2020, and it went into effect December 3rd of last year. Okay, and what it is it requires all public schools in the United States to provide comprehensive sexual education to kindergarten through 12th grade, and it's on a rollout. So it has to be fully implemented by the 2022-2023 school year. So some schools have started last year, some have started this year. I believe next year it has to be 6th grade and up. So 6th to 8th grade, I think, is next year, and then by 2023, it's all schools. All public schools are mandated to teach comprehensive sexual education to kindergarten through 12th grade. Okay, so when you get to SIECUS, it's pretty simple. You just go up to Our Work and go to State Profiles. Okay, and that's it. And then when you get to this page, you're going to get a screen that looks like this and has a map on it. You're just going to click the map that where you live, and it's going to give you pretty much everything you need to know about sex education and your state's sex education. So I'm not necessarily, SIECUS is one of the problems. We'll get about that later, but they do have, this is what they do, sex education. So you can pretty much find out everything here that you want to know about your states. They have the bills, the laws, the policies, everything about your state. And so I think it's good to find this information out. First, go check and see if these books are in your school, check and see where your state rate is at with this comprehensive sex education, and just find out as much as you can, because it's bigger than this, okay? This is like a tip of the iceberg, and there'll be another video or another videos explaining this in depth. But for now, I think it's best that you just go look for yourself. Just find out this information, see where your state is, see what books you have, make a list, and that is it. I hope this helps you. I hope you learned something. Hope you liked the video. I will see you later. Okay, there's one more thing I wanted to show you. I just created a Facebook page. So if you go to Facebook and you put in at Book Buzz 369, you're going to see this picture here. It's called Book Buzz. And what it is it's just a place where we can go as a reference, or if you find books like, inappropriate books in your child's school, send it to me, okay? Message it to me, like a picture right here. This is how I'm doing it, like a screen print of the book. And then you could either write down like the excerpts, like what page and what's inappropriate about it, like right here, or you could just take pictures of the pages like this. And you just say what state you're in if you don't mind, and I will post it on here saying this was found in in this place, and give the example of the book, the pages, and then here's the link for the Go Follett page where you can always just click and go check your own school. I think it's a good it'll be a good reference for parents too to go to and be able to get examples of books and keep it, an updated list. There's another Facebook page like this that we use in our state here in Indiana, and that gave me the idea, and I reached out to them to see if they'd mind me putting their page in a video, or since this would be for people outside of Indiana, and I didn't hear back, so I just figured I'd create my own. So that's that. Again, it's Book Buzz. If you search for it, do the @ symbol and do Book Buzz 369, and that should pull you right up, okay? And it's just a good reference. Check it out if you'd like. And that'll be it. All right. Bye.